Welcome back to All In Driving. We've got Autocross coming in the next couple weeks. So I want to take you guys through what I take to Autocross, what I take for track days. It is a little bit different depending on the car. On the 8.6, I don't bring a lot of tools, but for the Lancer, it's a 25-year-old car, so we've got to bring a few extra things. Why wait any longer? Let's go all in. The first thing I want to talk about is things specifically for the car. So I've got myself a big toolbox. I suggest a toolbox or a bag so that you can keep everything organized. You're going to have to take it out of the car when you're on track, so you're going to need a place for it anyway. Starting off, just got a socket set. Here I've got some pliers. I've also got a driver set and a couple of easy drivers to grab just in case. One Phillips, one flathead, a pair of pliers, a work light. Next up is a set of hex wrenches. This is definitely overkill, but it's better to have in case you need it. Got a little box here that has regular wrenches, basically 9 through 13, and then an extension. And then this socket, which fits my lug nuts. You're gonna definitely want that. A couple adapters. And then finally, an OBD reader. You don't wanna be caught with an engine, with a check engine light on and not knowing what it is, especially if you're up at the track. You might be quite a ways from home. So I like to keep that in my bag. And then we'll throw our bag in the box. Next up, I've got a torque wrench just to help tighten down my wheels and tires if needed. Coolant just in case. A quart or so of oil. Glass cleaner in case it's nasty outside. I want to make sure that I'm all set. Some Fast Orange just to keep my hands clean. Wheel chocks in case we need to raise the car up. Straps for the worst case scenario. A mallet to bust something up if we need to. And the one thing that's missing from here are shop towels, but I've got some mechanics gloves. You're always gonna want some duct tape and some zip ties. I've got a little tire repair kit, Sharpie. Most important thing I've got is my tire gauge. We'll talk about that in just a minute. Let's close this up. And after we put shop towels in it, it's gonna be ready to go. Let's take a minute and talk about tires. When you're at the track, it's gonna really depend if you change your tires. If not, with the Lancer, I did change tires for a little while, but I'd only bring 2 with me. It's front wheel drive, so those front tires get a lot of wear. They get hot really fast, and so I was just swapping out 2 at a time. I no longer have the white car, so I don't have just extra tires laying around. I'm not taking this car out and getting the tires heated up for too long, so I'm not really worried about it. The ones that are on it are pretty new. But what happens at the track, as you do more laps, your tires will get hot, and then the air inside will inflate, and you'll have higher tire pressure. If it gets too hot, there's more of a chance that a slight puncture can ruin your day, but also there's less grip on the bottom of the tire because it kind of starts to round and you don't get as much of a flat patch on the surface. Typically what I will do is run a couple laps, check my pressure down just a little bit to make sure I'm right in that zone. And then at the end of the day, I've got one of these so I can fill it back up if needed. In here, I've only got a spare, and then I've got just the jack that came with the car. If you are planning on changing tires, I suggest a real jack. That way you can change everything out. The other option would be if you have a set of daily tires and then you have a set of racing tires, to change them at home, warm them up on the way to the track and use them that way, and then swap them out when you get home. That way you can avoid taking some extra stuff. The next thing I want to talk about is what you need for you. So the most important thing is a helmet. You want to make sure it's at least DOT compliant. This one is Snell rated. There's a lot more that goes into testing. They update every 5 years. And so this, even if I were to wear it all the time, would expire in 2035. DOT helmet is going to be good enough for most track days and autocross, but if you're going to do any competition, you need a Snell. DOT helmets can start around 65 bucks for cheap ones. You can find a Bell or something similar up around 110, 120. If you want a Snell rated helmet, it's going to run you probably a couple $100 for a basic one. For clothes, you just want something that's comfortable. You don't want anything too loose in case you have to work on the car. A hoodie with the strings hanging down could get caught in a belt or a fan or anything else that moves or spins. Kind of the same for jewelry. Earrings are probably a bad idea if you're taking a helmet on and off all day. You may have to wear long pants or long sleeves depending. But the other thing that they check is shoes. You're gonna need closed-toed shoes, but beyond that, they really don't care. I suggest karting shoes or something that is as narrow as possible, but still comfortable. My feet are pretty wide, especially in the toe box, and these start to hurt after a little while. So bring a change if you're wearing narrow shoes. Finally, racing gloves. These are definitely optional most of the time. I wear them for karting only because it's really cold. I'm gonna try them in autocross and let you guys know what I think, gloves versus bare hands, but that's pretty much all you need for you. Now the last group of stuff you're gonna need is for the event itself, which is gonna be dependent where you are, what you're doing. For me, track days, I don't need a lot. There's an inside space and a place to sit down. But at autocross, it's kind of wide open. So I just got this canopy. You're gonna want a canopy or at least a tarp to lay down if it's gonna be dry outside. But a canopy is gonna be great. It's gonna protect you from the sun, from the rain. I have not tried this out yet. It's gonna be my first test. So I'll let you guys know how that goes. For the canopy, make sure you've got some weights, some sandbags, something to weigh it down, because when you're out on the track, everything's gonna be sitting out. Usually it's not a problem of somebody else coming around, but the wind might blow and then your tent's gone and maybe it hits another car and you've got liability. And then a couple lawn chairs. The first couple times I did autocross, we just sat in the car in between, which was fine, but it's nice to be able to just spread out, meet people. If you're in your car, it kind of feels closed off anyway. And then water. Don't forget water. I'm not an F1 driver. I'm not wearing a race suit. It's not that hot, but there's still a lot of mental energy and physical movement going on, and water is going to be fantastic for you. Don't forget your water. Snacks. Sometimes places will have a restaurant or a little sandwich bar or something, but definitely bring your own snacks if they allow it. And then finally, just kind of plan on the weather. If you need a jacket, bring a jacket, bring a change of clothes, throw everything else that you are gonna need for you in a water resistant bag. So that's pretty much everything you need. If you wanna do a camera setup, that's on you. It's not necessary, but it does help you see your laps, see how your inputs are, and if you can improve. I think we're ready to go racing. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments if there's anything that I forgot that you like to bring, suggestions for snacks, or if I've got way too much stuff and I should start to shrink down what I take to the track, make my life a little bit easier. Give me a like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.